Hi, this is Dr. Sue, and I'm going to introduce you to the Blackboard for DS850. I have up here a home, which will always have the announcement. I will post the announcement here, but I also will send them to you via email. Faculty has my information, a bio, and my email, office, and phone. Best way to get hold of me, though, is by email. It has the schedule for the class. This is going to be an 8-week class. Supposed to be an 8-week class, but then I found out late in the semester that the 8th week is the finals week, and I had already planned a surgery for the final week. So I apologize, but I won't be here the finals week. But this is the schedule. It is broken down into when we meet in class. Those are the dates. The first time we meet in class is 10/14. And then in between the times we meet, you have to be doing things in lieu of the second class that is supposed to be online. And then we meet in class again and we do certain things. And then again, in between classes, you do some online material and so on. So basically, a hybrid class will be a combination of things we do in class and things you would do on your own. You are able to read the material on your own. You may need help with the problems. What you should be doing is preparing the material ahead of class, attempting the problems, and when we come to class, we want to spend the time on discussing the material, and if you had difficulty with the problems, we go over the problems that you had difficulty with. And then we are going to do some iPad exercises with the iPad at the beginning of class based on some work that you're going to be doing on your own, having to do with discussion board. All this is explained in much more detail in your syllabus, which you will find here under syllabus on the tab, the yellow tabs. The syllabus is in a PDF format, so if you open it, you're going to see that everything is explained in much more detail in the syllabus. The course structure, the problems, the distribution of the exams, the article analysis, the discussion boards, the participation, the grade distribution, and so on, the exams. There will be 2 exams, midterm and finals. So the material is divided into 2 parts, and once we finish with exam 1, exam 2 material is not dependent on exam 1, so it is purely on the material that we cover after exam 1. Here is the article case analysis, which I will be due after exam 2, right after exam 2 instead of the final class, the discussion boards, the participation. So you really need to read this syllabus very thoroughly and let me know if you have any questions about it when we meet in class on October 14, but not even by then. If you have any questions about it, you should ask via email before then. Here is the schedule, the same schedule that's on Blackboard. Maybe this is in nicer. I printed it on landscape, so you can print it out too. So you have it in multiple format and you can take a look at it. I will be posting each week here. So if we click on week 1, for example, and that's what you have to have ready by October 14th. We're covering the first 2 chapters. So I will be posting the slides. Chapter 1 is only slides. But if we go back to chapter 2, for example, chapter 2 There is the slides. There is an Excel template that you can use to solve a problem. There are the problems I recommend you look at. And so you read the material, you look at the examples in the chapter, you look at the problems, and here are the problem solutions. You really have to attempt the problems and not just read through the solutions. If you don't take a pen and try to solve the problems yourself, you're gonna run into difficulty when it comes time for the exam. If all you do is just look at the solutions. So when we come to class on 1014, then we can look at those and see if you have any questions and discuss the material and discuss any problems you had issues with, and so on. So when we finish that class, then before the next class, you should be doing this discussion board. The due date for that is 10/19, 7 p.m. But again, there are two things due here, and so you have to scroll down and look at this information. You have to post your own thread on this discussion board, but you also have to comment on other people's thread. So I would look at this, and I would look at the syllabus in more details, and I would ask any questions you have on October 14th or before that via email. So the help, the tools, the one-stop, I think you're familiar with that. That's available for you just like any other course on Blackboard. And other weeks, the material will appear here. I will also be posting the discussion boards so you can make your threads in it as the time gets closer to this. So you will see postings of discussion boards as well here. And anything that's due, anything about the exam, I will post it here and it'll appear in a timely fashion. Any questions you have, feel free to send me an email. My email appears in the faculty right here, or when I send you an email, it will be you can just reply to that email. I will only deal with emails that are wichita.edu email. So if you have Gmail, Hotmail, anything else, you're going to have to reconfigure your wichita.edu email to forward to your Gmail. I have information on that in the syllabus. Please read it. Otherwise, you're going to lose on a lot of information that I send out in email. I usually just go to Blackboard, formulate an announcement, and then send it out as an email. So it sends to all your wichita.edu email. So if you don't have that forwarded to your email, you're not going to get it. It's as simple as that. Or if it is overloaded, you've exceeded the quota, it'll bounce back and you never know I've sent out an email unless you check Blackboard.